Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Now it's supposed to be afternoon everywhere in Europe as well. So thank you very much for joining this session this week. It's gonna be about Moodle, a little bit about what we do. Actually, I received so many messages on WhatsApp, on different platforms. People reached out or commented that these sessions are so helpful. So please, please, please keep sending your comments and positive energy. We do need this because we are running these weekly sessions, and they will not be discontinued anytime soon because there are so many interesting use cases for AI and higher education. And we have a lot of tools we want to explore. My only amendment in the near future would be that we will try to keep the sessions a bit shorter, to like 1 academic hour, 45 minutes, maybe not the whole hour, but we will see if we can stick to this promise. In any case, happy to see you all today. We are going to talk about Moodle. My essential assumption for you to be here is that you know what Moodle is, you use Moodle, and you know how to create a quiz on Moodle, right? So there are different types of activities, assets, things that you can add. You can add materials, you can add links, create pages, create different supporting materials for your students. And a very interesting tool that probably all of you have tried already is quizzes, right? So we use quizzes for different purposes. I'm going to showcase 3 particular use cases that I needed the Moodle quiz for this week. And since we are updating courses regularly, sometimes we have new articles to analyze or present to our students, and we want some reading comprehension questions or listening comprehension questions. Sometimes we just want to present a topic in a fun way, and we want a quiz on a topic in general. This is going to be my first use case. And as a language teacher, and also as a trainer and consultant supporting EMI courses, teachers who teach their discipline in English, I do believe that we need to provide some kind of language support to our students if we teach in English and English is not their mother tongue, right? So sometimes we assume that the students will understand us, but we do need to provide some kind of vocabulary training, pre-teach vocabulary that is needed for a particular module or a particular topic. Okay, since people are still joining, don't worry, you haven't missed anything. I just say good afternoon, and we're starting in just a moment. I'm going to share my screen. So for today's session, I have prepared some notes. I know that you would probably want to have a copy of some of the prompts that I tried. So I will share the link to this. Let's go into full screen mode. So today's topic of our AI playground is about Moodle quizzes, and we will use different AI applications to see how they can support us in creating a Moodle quiz, or to be more precise, we're going to generate a bank of questions for our quizzes really, really quickly and efficiently. So I will present 3 use cases. The first one is going to be creating a quiz about a topic in general. The second one will be a vocabulary quiz, and also I'll show you how to generate reading or listening comprehension quiz really quickly. Just fitting in your PDF or a link to YouTube, having the questions generated by AI, but not only that, we will ask the language model, the large language model, whether it's ChatGPT or another bot, to produce the questions in the right syntax, so we can easily import this into Moodle quiz, right? So let's see. The first, are you ready? Let's see that you're ready. Perhaps since we want these sessions.
Can you enlarge your document a bit, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna enlarge. Okay, yes, I can enlarge this. And I will also share this with you. It's gonna be a view mode, so you will not be able to edit or comment on it, but you can save as and have your own copy, and then, do whatever you need. And also play with the prompts and change them accordingly. So let's see. I want you guys to be ready. I need you to be first of all, signed in to one of your AI tools that you're using. I'm going to be demonstrating today's work in ChatGPT, but I actually tested it in other software, like in Bing, and there is also Bard. If we have enough time, maybe we will try those again together. But I will start with ChatGPT. So please confirm in the chat. Let's see that the chat is functional. Yes, it is. So please confirm that you are ready and you have your account, like you have your ChatGPT open and your Moodle account is open. So for Moodle, you need one of your courses where you can add a quiz or find, because I will be showing you some things that you need to know how to work with, like question banks. So let's make sure you have your Moodle open in front of you and also your ChatGPT account open. And I will be probably working with the 4. So I'm going to share my screen. Excellent. Okay, we are going to practice with ChatGPT and Moodle. So this is my ChatGPT 4. I will enlarge this a little bit. And I will demonstrate how you can generate a quiz. So let's begin with something I needed. I told you there are 3 use cases, but I will probably begin with the third one, which is about reading comprehension questions. Okay, so reading or listening comprehension quiz. And I have an article that I want my students to read. And I want to have some questions on Moodle that like multiple choice or true and false, so that they can answer the questions and get graded automatically. Okay, so this is the idea. All right, so we already have almost 70 participants. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to show you the article that I prepared. The topic of my let's say unit session, I teach several disciplines, including English as a foreign language, but also soft skills, digital literacy. So let's think about how to prepare for a job interview. This is something that all our students need, essentially, right? This is the main skill that they would need to present themselves and find a job. Okay, so I have an article here. I'm going into my ChatGPT account and I will add a link to my article. Let's hope it works, because things are not always this. How do I even access? Okay, network. Can I drag it? No. So desktop. Okay, found it. And I have an article, how to prepare for a job interview. Okay, so I'm attaching the article. Message. Okay. Can you create 10 questions on this article? Really, really simple. I know some people talk about prompts, really careful and detailed prompts, but we'll start with the conversation, easy conversation kind of prompt. So can you create 10 questions on this text, on this article? Okay. And after that, if I don't like the questions, I will explain what I need. So it's reading the document, it's creating the questions. Let's hope it works, because yeah, it did work. Okay. Okay. See, that wasn't good enough, because I need the questions to be multiple choice and true and false, or true and false, right? True, false, for and let's say it's not going to be, it could be for a general population of students, including native speakers, because any kind of student needs to learn how to approach a job interview scenario. But this is going to be the questions, but I need the questions to be multiple choice of true and false for English learners. And let's identify that they are lower level. The article is not very difficult, but I want this to be for pre-intermediate level. Okay. I also, that's it. I just want it to be multiple choice, pre-intermediate level. So keep the questions short. Keep the questions short. Easy language.
Elena,
Yes.
you don't want the answers as well?
I can always ask if I need to, because I have a follow-up prompt. Okay, so it creates some questions, looks nice. Okay, now here's where the magic comes. You see, it's like now it's much easier. The questions are very short. There is a variety of questions. And now I'm going to explain to ChatGPT that there is a special syntax that I want these questions to be in. And then I can just import the whole file into my Moodle. Okay, amazing. I love it's like very short, very easy, like perfect for what I needed. So I'm going to do the following. Now, in this document that I will share with you in a moment, I already created a prompt, which you will have, where I explain to ChatGPT that there is a gift format. Gift format allows me to use a text editor to create multiple choice, true, false, and matching questions. By the way, matching questions are also really nice. I like to have like several options, and this is something that the software also knows how to do. So let me just copy this prompt because I don't need the rest of it. I'm going to ask ChatGPT now to, first of all, I'm explaining that there is a gift format like this. Can you rewrite these questions in gift format? And I want also, so I already make it into a gift format for easy import into Moodle. Now, since, you know, you will see the magic happens, it's really fast, but I actually worked several hours in order to get to this little prompt because I received all kinds of results and all kinds of things. So I will ask ChatGPT upfront that I don't need the questions to be numbered. It doesn't matter what order, right? I want this to be randomized also for students, for each student to receive a different, even maybe set of questions or in different order. And also, I figured that there are several variations of the same syntax, and some of them worked and some of them didn't. So this one looks really simple and it worked. So I will give an example to my ChatGPT, which specific gift format syntax I am looking for. So I'm going to copy this part of the prompt now into my ChatGPT. You will receive all this, don't worry. So can you rewrite these questions in gift format? Now I'm adding that part of the prompt that was ready, make it into the gift format for an easy import into Moodle. I don't need the questions to be numbered. Here is an example of syntax. Let's check. Okay, and now they are creating these questions for us with the correct answers ready. So like the magic will work for Moodle because I could have asked for an answer key, but I mean, ChatGPT knows there are answers. And when it creates the code for Moodle, it also creates the code so that it's ready for Moodle quiz. Now, for those of you who are interested in these technical details, well, you see true and false questions that have false in brackets, this would be the right answer. And if once we have a multiple choice question, so there are different destructors, the right answer will have the equal sign, equal next to it. So it means this would be the right answer and the others are destructors. So we have it ready. Now there are several ways. You can either ask to create a text document. Let's see if we can ask for this. Can you make it a file which I can download? Make it into a file which I can download. The answer may be yes or no. You see, it's analyzing, it's creating a file. Let's hope it works. But if in case it doesn't, don't worry. You can just go up here, click on copy. Okay, I'm showing you. Maybe I'm faster than ChatGPT. Go into Notes, because this is the app that I need, Notepad. I need to insert this code, okay, and save this file. I'm doing it quick, but you will get a recording and you can slow down. So what I did, I copied the code, inserted it into the Notepad, Now I'm saving it as file. So it's going to go into, let's see, it's going to go into our AI playground this week. We have 31st of January playground. So all the files are here. Should you know, okay. So this is actual file for Moodle. I'll call it file for Moodle. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, 73 people are already watching me live. So can you please write in the chat if you have any questions so far? So what we did, we gave ChatGPT a PDF file, asked for some questions, then we refined the prompt because the questions weren't in the multiple choice and true and false format, which I wanted. Now we got the questions nicely written in ChatGPT for like a worksheet that you can print, but we want this to be an automatically graded quiz on Moodle. So we asked for specific syntax, right? To have those questions written in a specific syntax. And we got this answer. I copied this code and entered it into my notepad, which is something you all have. It's a notepad, maybe it's called something else in the Mac, I don't know. I saved the file and now watch what happens on Moodle. Okay, I'm going to share my Moodle screen now. If there are any questions, let's see. Let me know if there are questions. So now I'm on Moodle. And I'm on Moodle of Impact, okay? Our international project for collaboration between Israeli students, Morocco, and Europe. And I'm going to demonstrate how to create a quiz on this topic. I think we do have a topic like this, how to build your job interview skills. So why don't we add the article? So I'm gonna edit mode. I'm gonna drag the article here. So we have some nice material for our students to work on. And this is the course we are building, right? Obviously, it's not a course that is available, but it's in progress in design. So we have an article ready for students to read. Now we want a quiz, right? So for those, I'm sure you all know how to create a quiz. So I need to create one. I'm doing it really quickly without going into details. I just add an activity, click on quiz. We are all from different institutions and Moodle look a little bit different in every institution. I promise you it's like looks a little different, but the basics are the same. Let's call it reading comprehension. Or questions on the article, right? It's not really like an exam or something. We just want the students to answer some questions on the article. Right, so this is the name. I'm not going to go into many settings. I don't mind if they, I don't know, get, I don't know, two attempts. The quiz is really easy and get an average grade. I don't mind if they get every question a new page or maybe just all of the questions on one page. The review options, I do want to hide the right answers after the first attempt. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense because they do have 2 attempts. Shuffle within questions. Yeah, so what I'm doing now, I'm just creating quickly a quiz. And for activity completion, I don't want students to manually mark their completion. I want them to see that they have completed after they have received the grade, right, automatically, not just view the activity, enter the quiz, answer the questions, and then the activity is completed. Save. Now, obviously, the quiz is ready, but there are no questions inside, right? So we need to add questions. All right, for that, we need question bank. So one way to get to the question bank is from the quiz itself. You have access to your question bank when inside the quiz. If you're not inside the quiz, if you're just on a like a homepage of your Moodle and you don't have a quiz ready, which you don't probably right now, we are going to find our question bank from a different place. We'll go to more. You know, on next, it could be on your side menu, it could be somewhere on top. Everyone has a different layout for Moodle, but somewhere next to courses and settings and participants and grades, you will find the word question bank, okay? So find your question bank wherever that is. And you have a toggle menu here. So let me enlarge this and make sure that you see it. So we have questions. I'm going to go into import export. What do we need to choose, import or export? I need your participation now.
Import, of course.
Import, of course. Yes, yes, yes. Just checking that you're with me. Currently, this bank is emptied, right? We are building this course from scratch. Maybe you have a very busy question bank when you drag and draw, like drag your courses from previous semesters. And sometimes we share in a sharing card. By the way, I don't know if you know that, but when you import somebody's quiz, it imports all of the person's question bank. So sometimes there is such a mess in the question bank. I just enjoy looking at an empty question bank so organized so we can really create categories and organize questions properly. So let's import. You know what? Let's be organized. Let me show you how to be organized. Let's create a category for this. I don't want to drop my questions on top of in my course without order, right? I want the questions to be organized. So let's name this category job interview preparation, because these are specific questions for this specific article. Job interview, maybe just article, because these are the questions for the article. Okay, job interview article. Now that we have this category, we can import our questions. Okay, let's import. And here's the magic. File format, gift format. Okay.
Document about AI transforming education. Here are 10 synonym match questions.
Okay, someone entered my YouTube channel and watching some of the things. Okay, gift format. This is what we asked ChatGPT to create, right? The syntax, particular syntax. But again, what it creates, it enables multiple choice, true, false, short answers. I removed the short answers because sometimes students provide short answers that are correct, and I cannot anticipate all correct answers. So I eliminate this type of question, matching missing words, numerical and essay questions, to be all created in and imported from a text file. So basically, if you're interested in any of these types of questions, it can all be generated by ChatGPT for you, okay? And you saw how quickly that was done. By the way, let's jump quickly into ChatGPT and see if it created the file for me. Yes, it did. Look, I have a file to download, right? So I showed you how to manually copy and paste the code into the notepad, but you can also ask to generate the file for you and then just download it, okay? Interview preparation questions, perfect. Yeah, let's put it into my basic course, because this is where it belongs actually as well. And we have this file ready also, just need to find that folder. Okay, now back to the Moodle. And let me open okay, so the file was added here, interview preparation questions, and I'm dragging it right here. You see it's a gift file. Once it's uploaded, it should be ready now. Let's import. Voila, we have 10 questions ready. Okay, the reason I asked for questions, again, not to be numbered, is that I don't want the numbers to appear in the question body, and then when you add it to the quiz, like if you want the questions to be randomized, I see the numbers and it's not convenient. But if you want the questions to be in a particular order, then you can tweak the prompt and ask for questions to be numbered, right? You want also, maybe if you have a very long article and if you want like a deeper reading comprehension questions, you can ask ChatGPT to generate questions with reference to specific paragraph, right? And then it will add this, according to paragraph 4, this and this, blah, blah, blah. And then the students need to choose the right answer. Okay, so for now we have 10 questions. Let's continue. Let's see how it works. So the questions are added. We can preview the questions. We can see that some of them are multiple choice, right? You can see it here by the icon. And some of the questions were generated to be true and false. Now, you don't have to like all of the questions that AI created for you. You can easily change them, right, and edit them. So you have the edit button. And you can also preview before you add it, right? You can see how students will see it. Is it good to think about your weaknesses and strengths before an interview, right? True. So you can also, if you're not sure about the multiple choice, so let's also preview one of the multiple choice questions. Let's go, what should you do if you don't get the job? Interesting question, what should you do? Let's preview. Does the article answer that? Stop applying for jobs, learn from the experience, blame the interviewer, ignore their experience. Okay. I'm not thinking about the answer. I'm just looking at those A, B, C, D, because ideally, I don't think I would love to see it, like to keep this. So you can go back to ChatGPT and say, you know what? How did it add A, B, C, D? Ah, okay, there was no A, B, C, D. It just was added automatically by Moodle. Okay, that's interesting. Fill in the correct response. Okay, if you want to just
This is depend on the default setting.
right, it's in the Moodle settings itself, right? Okay. So I can go back in the quiz setting and say that I don't want the options to be A, B, C, D, right?
No, it's for each question separately. If you didn't do it
Yeah.
in the default of the.
I believe this is the
questions.
default settings for this
Yeah.
Moodle, because otherwise, why would it be? Yeah,
Yeah, it's the default, but you might do it. Ask your admin to make a default with no numbers or with 1, 2, 3.
right?
Yeah. No
No
numbering is the
numbering.
best for my. Yeah.
Yes, okay. So here's also in the edit question view, you can just go and change the question, change the word, change the percentages, whatever you need, save changes. But of course, the goal of all of this is to work less, not more, right? And if you don't like the question, I just delete it and ask for 20 more questions. So the idea here is that you can be so creative, and the ChatGPT can create a massive bank of questions. And then when you create the quiz, you can have your actual quiz settings to choose from the question bank randomly, right? And there you need to be organized, right? I showed you that. Let's go back to the course. Let's go back to the quiz that we created just a few minutes ago, right? Questions on the article. And we want to add some questions now, right? So when you add questions, you're prompted to choose between add a new question or from the question bank, right? So that's where it comes in handy. And now we can also search according to the category, right? That's why we created the new category, the new like folder for all of our job interview article questions, right? Because I can then create another folder for another topic, right? And say, okay, this is about handling budget, vocabulary, or whatever, right? Other articles. So this is my job interview article. I'm going into.
No, it put it in the default of. You can see it put it there. You can first move them and then. Yeah,
and then move them into the into the category, right? Okay, so for now, I just want to select all of these questions into my quiz, add selected questions to the quiz. Now I have the questions in my quiz. I can again preview the questions from here. Now you see ABC is removed. Is it going to be removed from all of my questions? No, just the one that I removed it for. But this is somewhere in your settings, and some people just don't care. maybe I shouldn't care either. So, yes, Michal, do you have a question?
I mean, why should it matter? Because
No,
otherwise,
it doesn't matter. It's just a matter of aesthetic or whatever. Yeah.
see afterwards.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It's just
No, it could matter, because if you are asking it to put the order randomly, so kind of they can't copy, you know, it's not like the right answer is B,
it is
but
random.
the right answer is not thinking. So you don't want them to be numbered.
You know what, Dr. Effie, this is something that is not written inside the body of the text. So the structures that we enter do not have this numbering or ABC. This is something that is automatically generated by Moodle. And in our Moodle settings, we do allow randomization. So once another student opens the same question, it will be randomized, and ABC will be in the right place, and still they will get different answers. So this is still okay. It's just a matter of aesthetics and choice of like what we like for the quiz.
Especially if the questions are in Hebrew or other language that doesn't get ABC.
Yeah, you know, for example, another aesthetic thing that it drives me crazy on Moodle. Those of you who are Moodle administrators, listen carefully. Okay, maximum grade. First of all, why would you have 2 decimals in grading like settings? Why do that? I don't know why people do that. So I always go to my grades. You see, Kostas, I'm organizing everything for us to be perfect in this Moodle. So go to my grades, course grade.
If you were visiting the other course, you will have questions and material. But you went to the international course that was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. This is something that usually is default in
Yeah.
99% organizations I've seen Moodle at, and I've seen a lot of different Moodle websites. So I usually put decimal places like 0 because it doesn't make sense to have decimals in grades. Now it's going to be fine. And in the quiz setting, also the maximum grade should be 100. I mean, in my opinion, but I don't know if you have quizzes that are worth less than that. And then this is just an example of questions. Now, when we go into this quiz and when we preview this quiz, let's preview the quiz. Let's see how it looks with the questions that were generated by ChatGPT. Preview. We are going to have like 2 attempts, right? Average grade, and this is what it looks like, right? We have all these questions. We can also see log the navigation or allow free navigation, you know that, right? Should you wear casual clothes for an interview? Okay. So for example, I didn't go into I didn't pay attention, and now I'm looking at the questions, and usually for true and false, they should not be asked in a question format, in my opinion, right? This should be statements, and we need to agree or disagree with the statements. So I would definitely go back and tweak those. But let me proceed to my next showcase, right?
Just one more question. I don't see any matching questions, only multiple choice and true false.
Exactly, because in my prompt for these particular questions, I didn't ask for matching questions. I only asked for, can you rewrite these questions? Yeah, because it initially generated only true and false and multiple choice, right? It generated initially those types of questions. I asked only for these 2 types. But now let's actually ask for matching questions, and let's see how it creates the matching questions for us. The next prompt is located right into the in the document that I'm sharing with you right now. Again, you cannot edit it, you cannot comment on it, but you are welcome to just go and save it and then work on it. So what about the quiz about the topic? When would you need that, right? If you teach a discipline, even for English teachers, when we present a topic of job interviews, right? And it's not about a specific article, or it's not based on a specific listening activity, and it's not actually vocabulary oriented, but just like an introduction quiz to raise the interest, maybe to come up with interesting facts. Like I can, again, tweak the prompt and say, can you create 30 maybe funny questions, of various types on the topic of preparation for a job interview? Why not ask for funny questions? Let's do it right now. Let's see what sense of humor ChatGPT has. Right now I'm continuing with the same prompt, and I don't have to create a new conversation. So, and as you saw, my prompt begins with introduction of what gift format is, even though we already explained it to this software. So again, this helps me with multiple choice, true, false, and matching questions. This time I do want to have some matching questions. Can you create, I don't need 30, or maybe I do, maybe I want my students every time to receive 10 random questions from a bank of 30, right? Let's think that way. And then I want funny questions. I don't know if you do funny questions in academia and higher education, why not? Of various types on the topic of preparation for a job interview. Now, I put the asterisk because I want you to actually come up with your own topic, right? I just have this one in mind, but you can put your discipline here, I don't know, on the topic of project management, on the topic of dealing with educational problems, or on the topic of mathematics, whatever. Now, if your students are not native English speakers, right, you would specify that you have English learners or non-native English speakers of this particular level, and they have like a lower intermediate level. This works in different languages, by the way. If you need this for another course in Greek, in Hebrew, in French, in German, you can do this exactly the same thing. Just explain ChatGPT what format and what syntax to follow, and it will create your questions in your language for your topic, for your discipline, in this syntax, and then you will just easily import this into your Moodle. Okay. Can you create 30 funny questions on this topic? This is tricky. I hope it's not going to create anything embarrassing. make it into a gift format for easy import into Moodle. I don't need the questions to be numbered. Again, for this particular purpose, this is really important, right? I don't need the questions to be numbered. Here's an example of syntax, go. I'm not sure it's a good thing that it's analyzing something. It was supposed to be just creating the code now, so things are not looking good, if you ask me. But you know what? In the meantime, while we are waiting for this magic to happen, let's test Bard. I don't know, we haven't talked about Bard yet, but my students are using it and they love it. It's Google's, ChatGPT. It's a different thing. Let's enter the same prompt here and see what it does. If Bard is as good as ChatGPT. With my trial before this session, it didn't produce what I needed. That's why it's still thinking. Okay. There is multiple choice. True and false, but it's definitely not doing what I asked for. Let's see if it's going to produce. Oh, okay. So what happened? Magically, it did not show me that code thing and everything. It just produced a document ready to be imported into Moodle. Funny.
Yeah, he learned from the first time.
Yeah,
That's what you want. So it's
Yeah,
like giving
wow.
you whatever you want.
I love it. I love it. Funny interview preparation questions in gift format. Wow.
Because, Elena, is it because it's ChatGPT 4?
No, I actually switched to 4 right now. I did all my testing on ChatGPT 3.5.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it worked in 3.5.
When I log into 3.5, I don't even see the ability to write this one.
Okay.
So-
No,
It's okay. I'll just copy paste the text over there.
Yeah, you can do that, right? So let's see, let's go back to our question bank. In the question bank, right, we created this category, and now Davida pointed that the questions were placed in the general quiz, in the general course bank, and we want to fix that. We want to be organized. So I'm going into question bank. How are we doing with the time? Okay, we still have 10 minutes according to my new timing, 45-minute goal. Okay, so first of all, I selected all. I want to move them all with selected move to. I want to move them to a job interview article. So the previous 10 questions are going to be organized into the right folder now. They're in the right folder. I will create a new folder now. Okay, I'll go to categories. Now we have one category, job interview article, 10 questions. I will add a new one and we will have it with funny.
Yeah, you have to change to the impact, because otherwise it will be under job interview.
Yes,
You don't.
you're
That's
right.
it.
You're right.
Okay. No.
Okay,
Yeah.
this one here, default.
Yeah, and then the funny. Fine.
And funny general questions. Perfect. The category. Okay. Now, when I import, maybe Davida, you know, when I import, can I import right into here?
Yeah. You have to choose it first. Choose the category.
Okay. Let's
Not this way. Just click on it. Yeah. Now you got into the setting.
Yeah, I'm inside the category, but
No. You have to be outside, but just go back one. Go back one, and then you click. Yeah. Categories, click on the link. The category is a link. Funny question, general question is a link.
Okay. This
It's a
one,
link.
okay.
Go there and now make the import. It will go directly to the right category.
Oh, right. So I'm now in the right folder, and now I can import questions right here. Okay, perfect. Import. Thank you very much. That I'm learning too. You see, we are sharing knowledge here. Gift format. I'm going to drag those funny questions I haven't even seen. Let's look at them before we drag them into our students' notepad. I'm going to watch this always. That's okay. What should you wear for a job interview? A superhero costume, pajamas, a swimsuit, professional attire. This is good for my pre-intermediate students. You see, the professional attire is a difficult word, but they can definitely identify maybe others.
But there is no correct question on this, because this depends on the profile of the company. And so this is
Okay,
not-
that
there
would
is
be
no-
an interesting discussion for, yeah, you're right, Costas. I will not argue with that for sure, but you know, should you practice answering interview questions by talking to your cat? And their answer is yes, it helps. Yes, if it helps.
Of course it helps.
Okay.
Because it doesn't matter if somebody listens to you. You have to be able to say it, to
Yeah,
be able to talk
I love
about it.
these questions. Let's import them and see how they work in general, because we also added some matching questions, right? And I wanted to show how what they look like. So now we're imported 30 questions from Moodle. Continue. Perfect. Let's look at the matching. These are the multiple choice. These are the true and false questions. And this would be matching questions. Where are they? Do we have matching questions? No, it's 20 per page. Let's see, preview. Maybe the matching questions were not created. No, so we have all the true and false. Right, so this is not good, right? There are no matching questions. True and false, true and false, true and false. Okay, so let's go back to ChatGPT. Can you add 10 matching questions? To this file.
It would be nice to ask ChatGPT, give me 10 answers to questions that I'm going to get the job.
Yeah, it actually does. I did it already last year, and I have a sample answers for at a job interview for my students ready, you know, with the gaps where students insert their own personal information and characteristics, and they can practice and improve. So I just fixed my grammar here because I don't like to have typos, but yeah, you can go back to your prompt and fix it. It's
There is a very interesting question in the chat.
yes.
How we can trust, you know, the answers of the ChatGPT, and this is a very important question, because I think that the ChatGPT and the artificial intelligence tools, they dictate something. They dictate very skillful and high competencies, you know, professionals, because only if you have the knowledge on your topic, then you can comment and you can decide whatever ChatGPT provides to you. So it's a very nice article in the Last Economist journal about this, and it's very true. The new dimension that all these fantastic tools that Elena is presenting us, you know, in her sessions, they change not they provide this change. They dictate that the people that they are going to collaborate with these tools, they should have the knowledge. Otherwise, you are risking a lot.
It's also based on all the existing like language material and tons of like articles and everything. So it's kind of dictated, but what has been published up until a certain point in time, and then it, you know, generates based on that. But for sure, I would argue for previewing the quiz before you give it to your students, making sure that you agree 100% with the answers, with the answer key. You can preview what the right answer is according to ChatGPT, and then if there is the need to edit something or eliminate the question if you don't like it, you do it in like really easily. So let me see what we have here now with that. It updated the file, right? It's working nicely today. So we have a new updated file with the matching questions. Let's see that it actually has matching questions now. And let's see, for true and false, here it is. So we do have some matching questions. So we have matched the following interview actions with their descriptions. Wearing a business suit.
Maybe import only those two. Erase what you have up there and just import those two to see if it does it.
Yeah, it does. I already tested, so it does. Let me just save, but it's a good idea. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to go back to my question back. We are in the right place, right? I'm importing more questions. I'm importing a new file that was just created with 2 matching questions, and then we'll preview what they look like. So it's another gift format. I can choose a file or just drag the file. Here it is, import, and it works. Let's continue, and then preview from the question I think that would be here. Match. I don't know if it's right, but let's preview. I hope it works. Okay, so no, it created something else. But I actually, you see, it's like numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 with A, B, C, D. So there was a maybe the syntax is wrong, or I don't know. I did test. It doesn't look.
What was the prompt?
Here's the prompt. Like I asked for matching question, and this is what it produced in the gift syntax. But I guess this was interpreted in the wrong way. I don't know. I will double check that. But I know that I can demonstrate another file with the matching question that worked really well. One last thing I wanted to do is to show you my third use case for vocabulary, because in addition to testing about the topic and testing on reading or listening comprehension, we can also create quizzes that teach vocabulary, basically, right? They do not test vocabulary, maybe they teach vocabulary. So it's like pre-reading vocabulary exercise. And for this purpose, if you have, like I have Hebrew native speakers and non-native speakers of Hebrew as well, because they do speak Hebrew if they're Arabic speaking students. So I asked ChatGPT to create for the same students, right, pre-intermediate level, they need to learn and practice vocabulary related to this topic before they read the article, right? They're Hebrew native speakers, some I didn't put native, right? They're Hebrew speakers. I'm a Hebrew speaker too, not native, but yeah, I do speak Hebrew. Some questions may include translating words, phrases, and collocations from Hebrew to English. So I do envision like a question that asks something in Hebrew, and they have English options to choose from. And the topic is the same, right? Job interview preparation, create a list of 30 keywords, phrases, and collocations around this topic, and then create 30 questions, multiple choice, true and false, and matching questions. Make it into this gift format for easy import into Moodle, and I don't need the questions to be numbered. I want this randomized. I want my students to access different questions every time they attempt the quiz. Here is an example of syntax, the same example, and let me copy these prompts and hope it works. Let's see. So back to ChatGPT. This is an example of a vocabulary quiz. And you have this prompt already I shared with you. Let's wait, it's analyzing. So for some reason, Bard is not doing what I'm asking it to do. And I didn't try with Claude yet. I will try. We'll see if Claude can handle the job. I did do all my pre-testing on the ChatGPT 3.5, not 4. Currently, I'm using 4 just to avoid, pitfalls, because in 3.5, very often this analyzing stopped in the middle and it says, okay, there is a problem. There is I didn't want to have the technical interruptions. So I'm using the 4, which is smoother, and you see if it didn't let us down today. But yeah, it looks great. Let's see that it will provide me with a nice list of vocabulary list with some Hebrew translations, with some questions that could be a pre-teaching exercise. Any questions up until now? Let's see, error. You see error analyzing. Okay, so we'll probably not wait for this.
There was a question in the chat, Elena, that you didn't notice about how do you upload a file to ChatGPT 3.5 if you want the article.
I don't think you can. But if
Copy
you
and
have
paste it.
questions, yeah, you can copy and paste. You can use
Copy
magic.
paste the content.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You can copy the article and create questions. Another way of working with PDF files, we are back to our
ChatGPT
number 1. Hold on, I want to share this with everyone because some people probably missed it. So I'm going into the article that I have for today, which is how to prepare for a job interview. Where is the desktop? Okay, so let's see. I'll find it in another folder. So how to attempt a job interview, right? How to prepare for a job interview, article, PDF file. So when you actually open it, one second, I'll show you the PDF file. Where is it? Okay, for some reason I can't find it. I changed my, 1 second, it's in the, it's on desktop, so I'll just share with my, I'll share my desktop. Okay, so let me share my screen. Hold on 1 sec. No, we are over time, but I don't feel bad because it used to be our regular time. Okay, so this article PDF, when I open it, it looks a little bit weird, right? And sometimes it's very hard to copy from the article, especially when it's like this. You see, suddenly it jumps on the second column instead of the first column. So how do you copy an article into ChatGPT? Almost impossible. Like I wouldn't do that. It's just a lot of work. It's either you drag it and it's easy, or you can create questions in any ideas, open with. Come on, guys, wake up. What did we learn the first session in November?
Can you
I
please
knew
repeat the
it's I
question?
knew it's possible in Google Drive. I didn't know it's possible on Edge.
Google Bing, right? Copilot. Sorry, Google. It's not Google. Sorry, it's
Microsoft Bing.
Bing.
Why?
Yeah. So you can click on any of your PDFs. So what I did, I have my PDF file, right? It's a PDF file. I click with the right click of a mouse, open with, and then I go to my Microsoft Edge. It opens the article, and here I have my magical Copilot. And now I want my Copilot to create, let's ask for 30 reading comprehension questions. And then be specific with the types of questions, right? Multiple choice, true and false, maybe matching, maybe open questions, and so on. Multiple choice, true, and true and false. Let's be quick. True or false. Let's see what Copilot will do. If it actually searching for, is it going to search for? No.
Also in a gift format, Yelena?
No, so for now, it's not doing what I asked for. Let's stop responding, stop. Read the article. See, it like started creating something from the internet. So sometimes it actually has bugs, but read the article. Let's not save it conversation. And this is something that happened to me also when I did it in Bing. You see, it identifies that there is sensitive information. Maybe you downloaded the article from the library and you are not supposed to to have it, you know, in Google, even in ChatGPT, basically, right? It's like something that is privacy policy and the copyright and all that. So now what Bing does and Copilot, it tells us that the answers may contain information that is not public. So this chat is not going to be saved. What it means is that now I'm going to ask for questions. Create 30 comprehension questions, okay? Now that it sees the article, create 30 reading comprehension questions. It's important to understand searching. Why is it searching? No, stop. You see, this is not stable. This is not producing the results it wanted before the interview. So if it's read the article, now let me just add the same prompt and say, read the article and then create article. You see, things need to be very, very precise in Copilot, but still you open your PDF in Copilot and you ask for questions based on the PDF. And then you will copy the questions into ChatGPT, explain about the gift format, and ask to rewrite the questions in the gift format. Okay, now it produces the questions for this article. You see, it works. And it gives us the right answer. Be careful now that it works with sensitive information, and it says that this chat is not going to work. The moment you leave the tab, the moment you move and answer your phone and come back, everything disappears. Like you will not see the questions that were created 2 minutes ago. Okay, so if you liked it, the outcome, copy it immediately and save it somewhere else, because this conversation is not going to be saved. This is really, really important to remember. Okay, so it did a great job creating lots and lots of questions based on the article.
Lana, do we have to be specific with the number of questions that we would like it to generate?
Yeah,
Or we don't have to?
you don't have to, but you need to have a vision of the length of the quiz, or in my case, I would like to create a massive database of question bank questions that can be randomly selected for each of the attempts. So every time my students take a quiz on Moodle, let me just mute, there is some kind of noise background somewhere. So I like to have more rather than less questions than fewer questions in my question bank, but you can definitely, you don't have to tell the number of questions specifically. Yes, Yoav, you wanted to ask something?
Thank you.
Yes, in Microsoft Edge, you have the possibility to make it less creativity and more accurate about the in the top of the
We had a
yeah.
session about it at the beginning of the playground in November, and it's recorded on the YouTube channel. So you can
Yes.
definitely play with how precise and academic you want to be, or maybe even more creative and crazy. But
So the precise function, is looking only at the text. So you don't say
but it's-
read the text
it can
because
still-
it's having only the text, right?
It can still be more creative, even based on the text information from the text. I believe the language can be more creative. This is the idea that the output, the generated questions, we can test it right now. So I did this. I'm going to put it in ChatGPT and ask for the format. You see, it actually managed with the task. We have vocabulary questions after a few errors. Wow, we're lucky today. Okay, now rewrite the following questions. I'm gonna insert from Bing, right? The following questions into gift, into a similar file. It will understand me, hopefully. I hope it will, into a similar gift file. Let's just be specific. Let's see. Sorry, and here are the questions. Here are the questions. Okay, here are the questions, and what this is from Bing. So it got the questions from Bing now that we generated by sharing the PDF file in Bing. And now we will receive the file with these questions, hopefully appearing in the right format. Let's take a look at the file with vocabulary questions. Save, and let's open it and see what it created. Interview vocabulary questions. Okay. Translate resume to English. Is a cover letter something you wear to an interview? What do you call the person conducting the interview? Interviewer, candidate, referent, employer. Very good. I like this quiz. I'm going to import this in my vocabulary preparation for the topic. And we have salary, job description, salary expectations, company culture, first impression, portfolio. We have some more Hebrew right here. Where is more Hebrew? Not so many, but I did, if you remember, I did ask for collocations and phrases, not just words. And it actually provided me some very good collocations, like maintaining eye contact and body language and all those, right? All right, so let's see, what do you think? I think our time is almost over, so I just want to...
You said 13 to 13:45. You gave us like 15-minute bonus.
I know, now it's...
You are amazing,
like
amazing. I have to check it in Hebrew because I was speaking to someone who was trying to teach ChatGPT to make the gift format, and it was not working very well in Hebrew. It was like a few months ago, but bye, להתראות, Lily. We had the Ministry of Education with us today in Gordon.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
So they say bye. So I will check it in Hebrew and we'll let you know. But it is really amazing. Thanks.
So you know what? The file that I initially shared with you at the beginning of the session, this doc, you know what? I'm gonna add some links on the same doc where you have the prompts for what I did today. And what is important for me now is that when you go back to it and when you copy your prompts, you will also remember to click on the feedback form. It's very short, 1 or 2 minutes. We do need this feedback, your comments in our quality assurance of the project, of these activities. So please, please, please fill it out for us. And you will also have access links to our WhatsApp group, YouTube channels of Virtual Exchange Center, and also Impact Project. You can join us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, follow our activities, and I see you next Wednesday, same time. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you, Elena.
Elena,
Bye,
thank
Elena.
Thank you,
Thank you
Elena.
so
Bye.
much.
So much.
תודה
Bye.
רבה.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Go create a lot of quizzes on Moodle. Go. Bye bye.